You're late tonight, Kelsey.
Oh, well, the ER was swamped. Plus, I'm about to drown in Spader's paperwork.
Seems that specially created position carries some secretarial duties.
Well, it's freezing out. Where's John?
You must have passed him on the highway. He got a call from the hospital.
Oh, no. Was it Mrs. Cassidy?
He didn't say. I didn't ask.
Wonderful. Where did you get that?
I found it in a drawer. Memories of happy days gone by.
Charlene is Gregory's mother. What's he supposed to do? Burn it? They loved each other very much.
I'm sure. And now you have her house, her child.
John's house, John's child. And before you say it, my husband.
I suppose. That's the trouble with being a second wife. You always are.
Well, I should go.
Okay. See ya.
Okay.
Get back! Get back.
Was that a gun?
Yeah, it was. Are you all right?
Yeah, I am so far. No one's supposed to be in this building.
Well, somebody is in there, and they don't want any company. Then we're gonna have to make a run for it. You all right?
No.
No.
Hey! Where's the party? We came here to rock and roll.
Star attraction.
He's gonna be so sorry he missed you. He got a last-minute booking. Had to catch the next flight out, and we had to wrap the party early.
So what about Jenna?
Well, when they left, I don't think either one of them needed a plane.
Hello.
She's going on tour with him? Oh, that's great.
Oh,
I thought you'd relate to that. No, they just thought it was too long a time. You know, 6 months seemed like an eternity.
Well, good for them.
I'm miss her like crazy, but I'm thrilled to death for them. Anyway, I gotta go. Nice seeing you. Take care of yourselves, okay? Bye-bye.
See ya. So, want to split?
No, why don't we stay here? You know, we're here. Why don't we get a little hot cider, and I'll show you the new addition to the espresso bar, which is the magazine rack. It's fantastic. It was Brett's idea.
Great.
Yeah. You, looking for something specific?
Just looking for the new issue of Bravo. I wanted to see Jake's article. I just want to see Jake's new edition.
What article would that be, Vic?
Well, it's just an article that Jake wrote to counter all the fluff that Amanda dishes out about Grant.
Great, so you decided to do the hatchet job on Grant anyway. I thought we decided that that would only make matters worse.
Lorna. Honey? You're gonna get pneumonia out here. Where's Victor?
I sent him home. I just wanted some time to think.
Couldn't do that after a good night's sleep.
I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon, Mom. Not with Kyle on the loose. I really did a job on this one.
You gotta stop blaming yourself.
Well, I don't blame myself. I blame Kyle. But where's that going to get me now?
You remember Marley telling us that very often the rape survivor had a hard time identifying her attacker?
I accused the wrong man.
It was an honest mistake.
One that has hurt a lot of people. And because of it, the guy who really did this to me is out there free. Free to do it again if he wants to. And whose fault is that?
I said, what are you going to tell Dana Kramer, Ms. D.A., when she asks? And she will ask.
Oh, I know that. She already said you wanted to question me again about the night Lorna was raped. I know.
Wrong, correction. Night Lorna claims she was raped. And seeing she's already questioned you in front of a judge and jury, it stands to reason she'd want to deal with some new material. Like the newly chosen, soon-to-be accused rapist, me. So what, are you going to help her make her case or what, buddy?
I can't tell her more than I already have. I wasn't there the night you and Lorna had sex, so I don't know what happened.
Sure you do. You know what happened because I told you what happened. Unlike that lonesome lady, you can't tell the difference between you and me in the sack.
Oh, come off it, Kyle. It's not that simple.
Sure it is. It comes down to whose side you're on. Now, I can't believe I even have to ask.
You are my way. You are my way.
Jake every little bit of information he needed to do a smear job on Grant.
Don't blow a gasket. I can explain everything.
Vicky, you
if
promised that you weren't going to fight dirty.
That's when I thought Grant was going to play fair because we were talking about the future of our child.
Vicky, you cannot get into the mud with Grant because if you do, you will sink.
He's going to do anything to get custody of this child. Anything. Now, bad press was the only weapon I had.
Think about all this baggage for such a little baby. Now, when he or she grows up...
My child will know that I was fighting for him in the only way I could.
I hope you're right.
Plus, it's not like he doesn't deserve it. I mean, it's not like I'm lying.
Vicky, believe me, of all people, I know how much Grant hurt you.
You know, I just don't know why the whole rest of the world has to think he's some kind of a prince.
That's headquarters.
Do you have to go?
I'm gonna find out. Yeah, Ryan Harrison. What? When? No, under no circumstances should he go back into the building. Yeah, I'll be right there.
What is it?
It's Ian Rain. He was doing some demolition work on one of the buildings at the waterfront, and somebody decided to take a few shots at him.
Is he all right?
Yeah, apparently he's fine, but also Marley was with him.
What?
Yeah, it's a little sketchy right now.
Well, where are they now?
They're at the community center, which is where I'm going to be going.
Ryan, I'm coming with you.
No, you are not.
Ryan!
Vicky, no. If this gets heavy, I do not want you or the baby anywhere near that place.
Fine. I will stay away for the baby. But call me as soon as you know something about Marley.
Okay, I promise I'll call you as soon as I can.
Be careful.
I will.
I keep asking what I could have done differently. I keep wondering what would have happened if I didn't fight with Victor, if I didn't switch to martinis.
After your father died, I had a whole list of questions just like that.
I just hate feeling powerless.
I know. It's infuriating, isn't it? The anger just builds and builds and builds until finally it has a voice all its own. Do you want to know something? These last few weeks, I've had certain feelings that really frightened me.
What do you mean?
Every time I looked at Morgan, I wanted to beat him senseless. His words, every move he made. It got to the point that I really didn't recognize myself.
I know the feeling.
Anyway, if I had had a gun, it doesn't matter what I would have done.
I did have a gun. And when we were in the garage together, the parking garage, I was so close to pulling the trigger, and he wasn't even the right guy.
It's very frightening to have so much hatred for one person and it not be the right person.
I really thought that he was the one.
I know, darling. I know. So did I.
And I hurt so many people. Have you spoken to Cass?
I called him earlier today.
He wouldn't talk to you?
No. There was no answer. I'm going to try him tomorrow. I will.
Everywhere I look, I just see all this pain.
Now listen to me. Your perspective right now cannot be positive. I mean, why should it be? You've been violated and questioned. And you've suffered a lot, Lorna.
I'm not the only one, though. I've hurt you and Cass. Even Morgan.
I can't talk about sides. I'm on the side of the truth, Kyle.
But you don't know if I'm telling it. Unless you tell Kramer, pure and simple, that you've known me since 2nd grade, and you know I'm incapable of such an act.
She's not gonna ask that. It's like calling for a conclusion or some other smart term.
In court. But in the privacy of her own office, she can ask you anything she pleases. And you know what? She won't even have to wait for the words. She'll smile how you feel, because it's how she wants you to feel.
Look, you are getting more and more paranoid. First it's the women, now it's me.
I'm asking you where you stand, and you keep doing somersaults around the answer. Now, you see, if you were in my shoes...
I was in your shoes, remember? That's where I was when you came busting through the courtroom door. Like some kind of Perry Mason stunt, Kyle.
Stunt you seem to forget saved your butt.
I haven't forgotten that. Believe me, I haven't forgotten.
Holy. I am so blind. I can't believe I didn't see this. Dumb.
What are you talking about?
That's what all this is. This is some kind of retribution.
Retribution? What the hell are you
Sure,
talking about?
you went on trial for something you think maybe I did, and now you want to even things up, right?
By the way, Gregory was an angel going to bed tonight.
He usually is. Thank you for babysitting. I know it's not your idea of a fun evening.
You're angry with me.
You noticed.
What did I do? You're the one who ran off and got married without even so much as a phone call.
Because I knew you would try to talk me out of being with the man I love, and I didn't want to listen to it.
You must have some doubts, too.
No, I don't. John and I are made for each other.
Kelsey, is this really what you want? A career of shuffling papers and life on a farm?
Are you trying to force me to have regrets?
Well, I must have hit a nerve, or you wouldn't be overreacting
No,
like
for your
this.
information, John always puts me first. That's the only adjustment problem I'm having because it's such a new experience for me.
Well, I'm not saying that John doesn't love you in his way.
His way is extraordinary.
He is a heart-sick widow with a small child. Do you honestly think you can fill those holes in his life?
It's not an issue. I love him.
How did I raise such a romantic? Oh, Kelsey, you deserve so much more than some other woman's leftovers.
That's it. You've crossed the line. You cannot stay in this house and criticize my husband.
That's very loyal of you, dear, but somebody has to say these things to you if you can't see them yourself.
Can't you see that I'm happy? Or is that what you can't stand?
What is this need to have a man in your life? That is not how I raised you.
I have a career and a marriage. Be proud. I'm doing it all.
For how long? What happens when he wants to have another child?
Why must you be so negative?
Because you have so much potential. And this is hardly...
What you had in mind for me.
No, it isn't.
Well, it is perfect for me. I like being John's wife. No, I love it.
I thought you loved doing research.
One does not preclude the other.
We'll see.
Do you know what your real problem is? You have never gotten over the fact that Daddy walked out on you.
Kelsey.
That he took up with someone as unworthy as his secretary. Never mind that she knew how to make him laugh.
You think that divorce was my fault? He did it. He's the one who left.
You gave up. You treated marriage like it was the end of the line.
It stopped me in my tracks. I never wanted you to feel that same frustration.
It wasn't just the marriage, Mother. It was you. I'm always looking for what's wrong instead of what's right. Always judging instead of loving. Always looking for what could have been.
Is that how you really remember me?
Look, I know that you made enormous sacrifices for me, and I will always be grateful that you helped me to become a doctor. But I can hardly ever remember you smiling. I mean, it's sad and stupid.
I never wanted you hurt the same way I...
Then let me be happy.
I don't think this happiness of yours is going to last.
Well, it doesn't stand a chance if I worry it to death, if I keep comparing myself to Charlene every other second.
How can you avoid it?
Because I am moving on, and so is John. And if you cannot support that, then don't say anything.
I can't talk to you anymore. I'm your mother.
John's my husband. And if that upsets you, it's just too bad.
Well, if that's the way you feel, then maybe I should leave.
Maybe you should. I want my first Christmas with John and Gregory to be a happy one. You have been bitter for so long that you've forgotten how to be anything else.
So, you were the only member of the work team on the floor?
In the building, I have to strip each apartment, but I couldn't get into that one.
Why not?
The door was locked.
So was that when you decided to break it down with a sledgehammer?
That's my job, to break it down with a sledgehammer.
Ah, I see. Did the door give way?
No, it didn't give way. That's when the gunfire started.
Are you sure that it wasn't like fireworks or maybe an electrical explosion?
It was a gun.
It was a gun, and it was very close, Ryan.
Okay, so after the shots were fired, that's when you two decided to get out of there?
Yes, as fast as we could.
Did you see anyone?
No, no one.
The building's been condemned. No one's even supposed to be in it.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean that someone without a home isn't going to try and sleep there for the night.
Ryan, how many homeless people do you know who have guns? I mean, it could be some vigilante holed up there right across from the clinic. It's terrifying.
Has the clinic received any threats?
None that I know of.
Do you think that the gunfire may have been directed at you?
My guess is it was a warning.
About what?
A lot of people aren't happy about the building being torn down.
There's a whole coalition that's been against this project from the very beginning.
Yeah, well, at this point, I don't think we can make any assumptions, including the fact that the person who shot that gun is still in the room.
And what about the clinic?
That should receive some extra coverage, too. Listen, I'm going to go check it out. In the meantime, Marley, I want you to take one of the work crew guards, go back to the clinic. I'll make sure that he can stay there for the night.
Okay, well, that should make everyone feel safer.
Good.
You need some company?
No, Ian, I think you should stay with the work crew.
You might need somebody to show you where the gunshots came from.
Actually, that would save a lot of time. Thank you.
Ryan, I'm going to be at the clinic probably all night. If you need to reach me, that's where I'll be.
Okay. Could you do me a favor? Give Vicki a call. She's kind of worried about you.
Sure. No problem.
Take care. Listen, I want to get into that locked room, see what's in there. Do you still have the sledgehammer?
Are you kidding me? I dropped it and ran.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, what's this I hear? You guys going back up into a target range?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that's my job. Excuse me.
Yeah, well, you watch your backs. There are a whole lot of crazy people out there. Oh. Slow down, Kate. What did those carrots ever do to you?
You've lost it, man. You know that? You think I'm capable of that kind of vengeance, do you?
Why not? You seem to think I'm capable of rape. Well, were you gonna let me swing for a while and then cut me down right before my neck gets broken?
You stop that. You're scaring me, Kyle. Stop it.
Maybe. Just maybe, Morgan. I'm afraid to lose a career I've worked my whole life for. You see, when I came here, I figured if I didn't rape the lady, they couldn't say I did and make it stick. But now, you and I know better. And you know what? Whatever you think of my timing, you're not in jail because you had a friend you could count on. And now it looks like I don't.
I'm still your friend, and I always will be your friend.
And friends trust each other, and friends support one another.
I've trusted you. And I've leaned on you ever since you pulled Buddy Crenshaw off me in the playground in the 2nd grade.
I've come through for you so many times. Since that day, all the way through college and medical school.
I've done that for you too, Kyle.
Face it, you didn't have as many opportunities.
I guess that's so. You didn't tend to get in trouble as much. You weren't a borderline student. A after A after A.
Hey, those grades didn't fall down from the sky to me. I worked my tail off for them. Unlike you, last year in medical school, you get this big flash. You want to be a doctor.
I wanted to be a good doctor, and I am.
Oh, you got good instincts. I'll give you that much. I mean, they're what got you through. I mean, God knows you didn't study. We're talking friendship here, Morgan. As in loaning a buddy a whole year's worth of notes for a class he never bothered to show up for it. As in hopping on a plane as soon as you hear your buddy's in trouble and showing up in court next to him. You know what? I didn't have to do that. I could have laid low and let you go under like you're apparently doing to me, but I didn't, because friends pull through for one another. Friends support each other.
Friends. Tell the truth.
You really think I did it, don't you?
I didn't say that.
You didn't have to. That slut's gotten to you. You believe her instead of me.
Listen, all right, no sudden moves, all right? It's still locked.
You want me to knock it down?
No, just stay right there.
Open up, Bay City Police! Open up! Look, if you don't open up, we're gonna have to knock it in.
Does trouble seem to follow you everywhere you go?
Seems like it.
All right, if that's the way you want it.
There's a fire escape over here.
Is there anyone down there?
So doctors see anything?
Well, it looks like whoever was here isn't here anymore.
I can't see why anybody would come back either.
Look, Rain, it doesn't look like anyone's been here for a long time.
Ryan, there were shots fired in this room.
All right, look, I believe you, especially since Miley backs up your story. Look at this. Looks like somebody left something behind after all.
Judy, there are police cars all over the block.
You aren't the only one that has hell breaking loose on her doorstep.
Well, you know, with my luck, the way things are going, I'll probably get caught in the middle of a shootout the minute I step out of this building.
You're not going anywhere till you calm down. Talk to me. I saw the evening news. I know they dismissed Lorna's case.
She's devastated. Oh, my. She ID'd the wrong man.
It happened.
Yeah, well, I know it's weakened her credibility.
I'm sorry. I know you and Lorna were hoping for justice.
It's just not fair to Cass. Do you know there was not 1 minute, not one, where I actually believed Morgan might be innocent, and I gave Cass such a hard time about all of it.
You'll understand, Felicia. He really does love you.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to feel that way after all of this is over.
Well, he handled your drinking.
When I was my most impossible, when I blamed the whole world for what had become of my life. It's one hell of a way to show my gratitude, don't you think?
You were wrong again. It's a hard nut to swallow, isn't it?
I just want to make amends.
You'll find a way.
What if you won't even listen to an apology?
Are you borrowing trouble again?
Am I?
You know the drill. Step 10 says, when you're wrong, admit it promptly. You have to talk to him right away.
I tried calling.
Try again. He'll probably understand, Felicia. More than you think.
That's what I told Lorna. I wonder. What if he doesn't?
Well, you can only take care of your side of the street. What Cass does is what Cass does.
We'll try again. Okay.
Heads up!
You're up. You don't have to wait up.
Oh, I couldn't sleep.
Oh. I'd planned a very special way to wake you up. Your mother's car is not outside. Where is she?
My mother's gone.
Gone. You mean gone as in gone to the movies? Gone bowling? What?
Gone as in gone for good.
Okay, so you've given up on our friendship.
That's not true.
Whatever, let's talk practical application. You and I completed 8 years of higher education in order to be doctors. You goofed your way through. I worked like a dog.
I'm the first one to admit that. What's that got to do with this?
Let's just say, for the sake of argument, we have something to offer this world.
I hope so.
Is it fair to have the crazy ravings of a sex-starved female cut down our careers before they ever get moving?
Look, Kyle, this is what you gotta do. You gotta take a deep breath. Stop talking. You gotta pull yourself together.
Why bother?
Because one thing I learned from this rotten situation is that you gotta keep your cool. Look, if you don't, you hurt yourself, Kyle.
No, just save my career the way I saved yours. I deserve to be a doctor. I do.
Nobody worked harder. I know that.
Thank you. And would you please keep that in mind when the DA starts digging at you? I graduated 3rd in our class.
You don't have to remind me of my placement.
We're talking about me now. And your career's gonna happen.
I know that. Well, in case you haven't noticed, people don't see me as Marcus Welby around here.
It doesn't matter. In time, they're gonna forget. And you'll be free to practice medicine. Am I gonna lose that just because I pulled another bully off you?
I hear you. I hear you, but if you keep talking like that, nobody else is even gonna listen to you, Kyle.
Look, I don't deserve to lose my life's work because of Lorna Devon. I mean, the woman's a man-hater. One catch got away, so she's bagging another.
I don't buy that. Can you listen to me, please?
Go on.
This is the best trial attorney Cass knows. All you have to do is dial.
Why should a lawyer believe me if you don't?
Have I said I don't believe you?
Give me a break.
Kyle, I don't know what really happened that night, so I don't know what to do. But I do know this. Lorna Devon truly believes she was raped.
That tells me where you stand. Thanks a lot, friend.
Judy, I also want you to keep this outer door locked at all times, okay?
Does that mean you haven't found the nut with the gun?
By the time we got there, the place was empty.
Oh, swell.
I also think that you should keep an eye on anyone new who's coming through here, or anyone who's acting strangely.
Oh, let's be sensible, Detective. I'm not living in fear, and I'm not locking my doors. It's too cold tonight.
All the same, I'm requesting an extra patrol car to be coming through. This whole block should be covered while the demolition is going on.
Fine by me. What's that?
It's a kid's mitten. It was left on the floor in the apartment.
It's toddler size. Well, who would leave a child in there? I mean, these buildings have been empty for a while.
I don't know. Could be squatters camping out.
Possible. But I don't want these empty buildings turned into shooting galleries with needles or with guns.
In the meantime, Ian, I don't want you going back and doing any work until daylight.
Fine by me.
As a matter of fact, I should call your foreman. I don't think your whole workforce should be there until we know exactly what's going on.
Does that mean I have to go back to jail?
Hold it, not so fast. The oven is on the fritz, and we have a Girl Scout breakfast scheduled for tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Do you mind taking a look at the oven again?
I would love to take a look at it. Beats sitting around jail as far as I'm concerned.
All right, go ahead. Check it out. I'll go talk to your foreman.
Thank you. You're gonna need some new gas pipes eventually. You have a screwdriver?
Are you serious? The tools have legs around here.
You mind if I borrow those knives?
No, fine.
Yeah?
Ow!
Those are kitchen knives, and that's where they'll stay.
Sorry.
Nobody uses my kitchen knives for illicit purposes. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Ian Rain meet Kate Baker. Kate Baker meet Ian Rain. She's the power behind the stew you've been smelling.
What, no gun?
Morgan, I came here to tell you that I feel horrible about everything that happened to you.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I didn't expect this, but I think I'll save the cartwheels all the same.
It was a mistake to come here.
What did you expect? Gratitude, Lorna?
Not this. You're acting like the injured party.
I am. I was falsely accused. You ran around and told everyone I raped you, and the truth is you didn't know who did it.
I thought it was you.
You thought? You thought so hard, you didn't think what this could do to me, did you? I almost lost my chance to practice medicine.
I had other things
I was
on
shoved
my
in a
mind.
lab because most of the patients and staff couldn't bear to be in the same room with me.
Well, at least it's over for you now.
Yeah? You think so? Why don't you do rounds with me tomorrow? And you'll see that when people recognize my face, they treat me like I have some kind of disease.
It'll pass.
This will scar me for the rest of my life. So excuse me if I don't jump up and down because you came by to say you're sorry.
Sorry? Sorry? I had to apologize for, Morgan. Nothing.
Look, I'm sorry about the knife, Kate. I have a lot of respect for other people's tools.
So do I. Here.
Try this.
Great. Thanks.
Did you get Cass on the phone?
No.
No, you were on the phone an awfully long time.
Oh, that was because there's a scheduling problem at Tops.
Well, there's always tomorrow.
I know. I'll keep trying, I promise. Listen, I've got to go, but I want to say thank you for being here, listening, for always keeping me so grounded.
Well, I'll be here tomorrow, too, and I want to know what happens with Cass and with Lorna.
Okay, I'll call, I promise.
All right.
What is that I'm smelling? It's fabulous. Stroganoff?
Stew. Made by one of my new volunteers.
Really? Well, hold on to that one. She's not looking at me trying stealing for Todd.
Oh, no. Her. And I'm going to do my best.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, sweetie. How's it going?
Almost done.
Where's Kate?
I don't know. She was here a moment ago.
Oh, that's strange.
Better start at the beginning.
You mean when I was born?
No, just tell me what happened.
We had a breakthrough.
A breakthrough. Let me see. Now, that's got to be Harrison lingo for a fight.
This was more than a fight.
Well, I do hope that you showed her a little mercy.
Actually, I feel really good. I mean, I finally told my mother things I've been holding in for years.
Oh, all that old pent-up stuff?
Yeah, well, she didn't like it, so she packed up her bags and she went to Grant's.
Well, do you think she'll be back?
Oh, she won't be back for a long time. She's going home tomorrow.
Oh. Well, tell me. What did you say to her?
I told her that for as long as I can remember, she has tried to live my life for me. And I am fed up with being used to fulfill her dreams and settle old scores.
She seems to think that I'm putting a cramp in your style, doesn't she?
Yes, I mean, she can't see that her bitterness has been weighing me down for years.
I imagine that coming out here and seeing the way we lived didn't help at all.
She thinks that being married is a trap. I mean, she can't understand what makes me happy or what I want. When I try to explain it to her, she treats me like I'm a moron.
Sounds like this has been building up for a long time.
It has. I just couldn't take the snide remarks and the eye rolling.
I do know what you mean. I got fed up with that myself. As a matter of fact, I have a confession to make.
Listen, let's just get this straight, shall we? I think what happened to you is rotten and unfair, and I really do wish it didn't happen. But I have nothing to apologize for.
You want to run that by me again?
Your friend raped me. He is responsible for what we both went through. Now, if you have a problem with that, Morgan, then I suggest that you reconsider who you hang out with.
Let me get this straight. You're not taking any responsibility for this.
Look, it is true. I may not remember everything that happened to me that night, but I do remember you trying to undress me.
No, I tried to help you to get to the couch because you passed out. And yes, I loosened your clothing. Yes, I was concerned about you.
Well, your brother may buy that. I don't. I think that you and Kyle are one of a kind.
Meaning?
You agreed with what he did.
No. I stopped when you said no. I was just crazy enough to want to see you again.
Right. The flowers.
Yeah. Look, I'm sorry. You have every right to be upset and furious.
Thank you
because of
so
what
much.
All right, look, I don't have time. It's not my place to get involved with you like this. I have to see the DA tomorrow and again go over everything I know.
And are you going to do that? Are you going to tell them everything you know, Morgan?
Surprise.
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be back in bed. That's not funny.
Every time I closed my eyes, I started thinking about you in some kind of a car chase or a shootout. I was worried.
Well, everything's fine.
Well, good. Then, as you can see, there's nothing to be upset about.
Vicky, wrong. I told you to stay away from here. Annoyed.
Fine. Then I came over here to finish our fight. I don't like you giving me orders.
Vicky, I'm trying to get some police work done here. You're getting in the way, all right?
Am I in the way now?
Cut that out.
I came over here to tell you that I forgive you. Do you forgive me?
I don't know.
Well, the sooner you know, the sooner we could make up.
Vicky, I've got an awful lot of work to finish here.
Okay. No problem. You do your work. Just go ahead.
Thank you.
I'm going to stay right here. You just go on. Right.
You're impossible.
I came by to ask you if you would come over to my house tonight. I'll make it
Look, Vic, Cass told me that I shouldn't go spending the night over at your place until you get your divorce from Grant.
Oh, come on, that could be forever. I need you.
How come I can never say no to you?
I'll explain that to you later.
Well, I was just about finished with this anyway, so why don't you come with me?
That's the kind of order I like.
No, that's a request. Hey, Judy, listen, I'm all finished here. I'm gonna kick out, okay?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you took this seriously, Detective. I mean, we haven't had guns in this neighborhood, and I don't want it to start.
No, don't worry about it. There'll be a squad car parked outside. He'll keep watch on everything.
What about Ian?
Well, as soon as he's finished, you can give him a call, and we'll take him back to the cell.
Well, we have some drains that need snaking.
Well, you never quit, do you?
Oh, I heard the same thing said about you, Detective.
Yeah, well, whoever said it was right.
All right. Okay. Goodbye.
Good night.
Ian?
Good night.
Well, the stove is finished. Is there anything else you want me to do?
You sure you don't mind?
Well, listen, anything is better than sitting around a jail cell, believe me.
How are you with sex?
I am great with sex.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say that.
You know that new chef you have?
Yeah?
She made a stew.
Mm-hmm.
It was brilliant. You have to double her salary.
I can't. She's a volunteer. Did she leave?
Yeah, well, I think so. I haven't seen her in a while.
Well, I hope she's not passing through. She's got talents we can use.
A confession? Did you have a fight with my mother, too?
Worse. I tried to be nice to her. I even made her a cup of tea.
Oh, John, you didn't. With a tea bag? She hates that.
What was I supposed to do? Use a percolator?
It doesn't matter. Even if you'd used grandmother's sterling silver tea ball, you couldn't win.
I know. Apparently, your mother decided that the only reason I married you was because I wanted a live-in nanny and housekeeper. So, I decided that I was going to prove her wrong.
Yeah, well, I'm real familiar with that one.
I dazzled her with all of my domestic skills.
Oh? And did you get to knife sharpening?
Almost. She was decidedly underwhelmed. However, I don't think that was enough to send her packing.
No, you don't get any credit for her early departure. I did that all on my own.
Kels, I'm really sorry that it didn't work out.
Well, that's just it. It did work out.
What, are you telling me that you wanted your mother to leave?
I wanted her to stop running my life and my career, which she thinks are one and the same.
And you told her that?
I was finally so angry, I told her exactly what I was thinking. I mean, at first, it felt wonderful.
Well, you do look relieved.
Well, she finally got a glimpse of who I am.
Apparently, it hit her hard.
I can't help that. I mean, I am sorry for her, John, I am. But I don't want a lonely, miserable life like she had. I'm not her, and I am not taking her grudges into the 21st century.
Well, do you think that she got the message?
Loud and clear. I have never been that honest with her. And do you know why I had the courage to stand up to her like that?
Oh, I don't know. Let me guess. It was, because of Spader boot camp. I don't know.
Because I have you. And I love and I am loved so completely.
Oh, you got that right.
That has given me such strength. I mean, when my mother was telling me how my marriage was going to be a disaster and my career was going to grind to a halt, I wasn't shaken. I knew she was wrong. I knew that together we could do anything. It's going to be a great Christmas.
Yeah. I've already got my Christmas wish.
Me too.
It's all right. You can come out now. It's me. Come on, honey. I'm losing my patience. All right, I'm angry. But I'm not that angry. Yet. It's too dangerous for us to stay here. Do you hear me?
reason to hold back anything from Dana Kramer.
I'd say your loyalty to Kyle might present a bit of a conflict.
Kyle's my friend, that much is true.
A person like Kyle doesn't have friends.
You have no right to judge him.
The hell I don't.
Look, you don't know him. I worked with him. I studied with him.
You partied with him.
Yeah, Kyle's helped me out in a lot of gyms. It's not...
Maybe he did. But he raped me. Now, what's more important to you, Morgan? Friendship or justice?
Hello, this is Patrice Wood. Coming up later today on Newswatch 10, the Quantitt Museum and the Navy find themselves in a dogfight over a vintage plane and a simple shot to ease chronic pain. Join us for all the day's news at 5:30 and 6.